Hello everybody, my name is Gareth Evans and today we are learning the song Dream a Little Dream of Me, originally by the Mamas and the Papas. This is a fingerstyle version of the song and I'll be teaching you here today. For those of you watching on YouTube, I won't be able to put the tabs on the screen because of copyright restrictions. If you want to get hold of the tabs, you'll find a link in the description to go ahead and purchase them yourself. Otherwise, you can head over to patreon.com/Gareth Evans. There you'll get access to the full version of this video, as well as a full catalogue of around 30 to 40 currently fingerstyle guitar lessons, exactly the same as this. And that number will be growing as time goes on. So if you're watching this in the future, there might be loads more on there too. Also on Patreon, you get access to my fingerstyle arranging course, as well as my ear training course and writing guitar tabs using Guitar Pro course. Also, if you're not interested in Patreon and you just want to buy the guitar lesson fully outright, there's options for you to do that now in the description down below. Okay, so that is the first line of the intro. We're looking at bars 1 through 6 on the tabs. Okay, so that's the first two bars. You've got the 3rd fret on the 6th string and the open 2nd together as a pinch, followed by the open 3rd string. What you'll notice here is this 6th string is muted with the palm of my hand, if you can see it there just in camera. So move it in the right direction. So what I'm doing is I'm bringing the palm of my hand just slightly onto the 6th string and muffling the sound of the 6th string, not completely muting it, just muffling it so it sounds more like a double bass type of thing. Okay? And you'll notice I'll do that with all the thumb notes from now on too. So that's the PM above the tabs. If you're looking at the tabs, it's PM palm muting. That's what that means. So every bass note or every thumb note from now on for the rest of the song, until I tell differently, which I won't do because it's the whole song, just continue with that so I don't have to describe it every time. Okay, after that, move to the 1st fret on the 2nd string, play the open 5th with it, and then the open 3rd afterwards again. And then the next sequence there is a pinch on the 5th and the 2nd again, up to the 2nd fret on the 5th and the 3rd fret on the 2nd. And then the open 3rd after. It's the first two bars. Now, that's what we're doing next. So we've got, this is a C shape, so you need the 3rd fret on the 5th string. You don't need the other two positions, but you can put them in there if you feel like it. 1st fret on the 2nd, the 2nd fret on the 4th. So you're pinching open 1st on the 5th string, and then up to the 3rd fret on the 1st string. Okay? Okay, you actually do need that 2nd string because you're playing the 2nd string, then the 3rd string individually afterwards. Okay, and then we move up to here. Okay, so this position here, 4th fret on the 4th string, 5th fret on the 3rd, 4th fret on the 2nd, 5th fret on the 1st. So that's your chord. And the picking. By the way, just a note, if you do not manage to mute the 4th string here with your thumb, it's no big deal. It doesn't sound too bad because the note is higher than the other bass notes. So if you can't manage to move your hand in the required position to mute that 4th string, don't worry about it. I often don't manage that either. Okay? So back to the picking. 4 and 1 together, second string, and then the third string, and then lift off to open and play the third string open. Okay, you'll notice in the tabs that those last 2 notes are in brackets. That means you just play them lightly, or there's no emphasis on them. Play it like that. So it's like that. Next. Okay, that. So this is where you come to bar number 5. So it's the 4th string fretted all the way across with your index finger as a bar, and then you bring your little finger into the 6th fret on the 2nd string. That's the only notes that you're going to need here. However, it makes good practice just to fret the whole chord. So if you're fretting the whole chord, you'd also have the 5th fret on that 3rd string and the 6th fret on the 5th string too. So that's your chord, but obviously you're not using the other 2 strings. But it's good practice to fret the whole chord in case you mispluck a string and it doesn't sound too out of place. Then it sounds just fine most of the time. So in this position, you're playing 6, 1, 2, okay, and then you move everything down 1 fret. You play 3, 6 and 2 together, and then 1, okay? Okay. And then to follow that up, in the brackets, you've got 2nd string, and then the open 3rd as you lift off, moving to the next shape. Okay, so that's how the bar 5 and 6 should go together. So let's just recap then, bar 1 through 6 to begin with, first line of this intro. Okay, that's the first line. Let's move on to line number 2. It begins. So just in the regular C position again, you start this time with just a pinch on 2 and 5. And then the open first, followed by 2 and then 3 in brackets. And then continue as previous. So those last 3 bars 8 through 10, are exactly the same as 4 through 6. So that's the whole of the intro, and you should have that now. Let's recap just to make sure that you're up to speed with everything before we move on to verse number 1. This is how the whole intro should go then. Bars 1 through 10, play like this. Okay, moving on. Next, we're into verse number 1. This is bar 11 and onwards, and the sequence begins like this. Okay, so we return to the C position here. So first fret on the 2nd, 2nd fret on the 4th, 3rd fret on the 5th. So I'm not going to tell you which fingers are now on in future. When I say C, I mean that, okay? So we've got 5, 4, followed by 2, and then 3. That's the whole of bar 11. Next. So it's there, 4th fret on both the 3rd and 4th string as a pinch. Up to the 5th, down to the 4th on the 3rd. And then you finish on the 2nd fret of the 3rd. Okay, from there, you slide up to the 5th fret on the 3rd string, playing the 4th fret on the 6th string when you get there. Okay, followed by, in the position here, you've got 6th fret on the 5th, 4th fret on the 4th. Okay. After you play that, down 1 fret to the 4th fret on the 3rd string, followed by the 3rd fret on the 6th string, and then 1 and 2 both fretted on the third fret. And then you lift off and play the very last note as the open third, so it's like that. Okay, so all in all, alright, so moving on to the next line. Okay, that's the next line. So it begins the same in the first bar. In the C position, you're 5, 4, 2, 3. That's the next sequence up to the 7th fret on the 6th string, 4th fret on the 3rd string, up to the 5th fret on the 3rd, and then down to the 6th fret on the 6th string, 4th fret on the 3rd string, and then 7th fret on the 4th. Okay, those are the notes. So it's okay. From there, we've got. So you come down to around the 3rd fret on the 3rd string. You slide up and into the 6th fret with that 3rd string, with the open 5th played at the same time. And then you've got the 5th fret on the 2nd string, straight after. Note here that you're sliding into that 6th fret here. You're not sliding like that. You slide in, straight in, so that the 6th fret note happens on the beat with the bass note. Okay? Then you play the 3rd string again once. And then you've got, so you come down here to the 4th fret on the 3rd string with the open 5th as a pinch, down to the 2nd fret on the 3rd string, and then on its own 2nd fret on the 4th. Okay, so all in all, okay, so the first 2 lines of this verse. Alright, next up, bar 19 through 26, you got the sequence. Plays like that. We begin here. 3rd fret of the 4th string, 2nd fret of the 3rd string, 3rd fret of the 2nd string. You play 4, 3, 2, and then 1 on the 2nd, up to the 3rd, back down to the 1 on the 2nd. And then finish off then on a pluck on the 3rd string. Okay, into bar 21. Okay, so we move the position now to the 3rd fret, both the 2nd and 4th string, and the 1st fret on the 3rd string. You play a pinch to begin on the 2 and 4. Lift off the 3rd fret from the 2nd and fret the 1st fret on the 2nd. Okay, followed by 3 and then 2 again. And then 3, 4, 3 to finish off there in bar 22. Okay, and the whole sequence from 19 to 22. Okay, then move on now, bar 23 and onwards. That sequence there. So back to the C position to begin. You play the 3rd fret on the 5th, open 3rd. And then up to the 2nd fret on the 3rd. And then a hammer on there from the 5th to the 7th on the 3rd string. And then you land here, 4th fret of the 2nd, 6th fret of the 5th. And then you play the 2nd string again once. And then you come to that position there. So it's the 3rd string barred all the way across with the index finger. And then you've got the 4th fret on the 3rd string and also the 5th fret on the 5th string there too. So it's, you begin with a 2 and then a 6 and then a 1, 2, 3. Okay, into the last bar. You play a pinch 5 and 2, hammer up to the 3rd fret on the 2, followed by the 1 on its own. And then you do the hammer up again without the pluck with the 5th string the 2nd time. Okay, and then play the 1 after. So we got, so that's the sequence in bar 26, and just before it, that's the whole sequence from bar 25 and 26. So we've got, okay, so that's the line 23 to 26. And with the previous line, you've got this. Okay, so that's it for the intro. Let's just play the whole thing maybe before we go on to verse number 2 straight after that. Okay, so here we go. Thanks for watching the preview of this guitar lesson. If you want to watch the rest of it, you can either use one of the links in the description of this video to go and buy the guitar lesson. Otherwise, you can sign up to Patreon, patreon.com/Gareth Evans. You'll get access to this guitar lesson as well as the tabs and 34 full other fingerstyle guitar lessons exactly like this one, full in its entirety. So go and check it out. Also, you get access to my fingerstyle courses, fingerstyle arranger course, ear training course if you want to learn to play guitar by ear, and also my writing guitar tabs using Guitar Pro course. That's available on Patreon. And you also get a big thank you from me because I really appreciate everyone who signs up and supports me on Patreon. That's patreon.com/Gareth Evans. If you just want the tabs or you just want to buy the lesson outright, there's links in the description to do that. If you just want a one-off purchase, don't want to sign up to anything, you can do that now too. Make sure you follow me on social media. That's Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, so you get notified of when I release content in the future. Sometimes YouTube doesn't want to tell people that I'm releasing videos, so it really helps if you follow me on multiple platforms, just so you don't miss anything. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again in the next video. Until then, bye for now.